Hey, it's Jabbo. Well, this is a set that I really wanted to like. This is the Mega Bloks Mega, I guess is what it said now since Mattel's taken over, but it's the Ladies and Gentlemen, the Beatles. It's a 681 piece set. It has a lighting feature, which was pretty neat, and it has the Beatles, and this, of course, is the Beatles' first appearance on the Ed Sullivan Show. And I think there's a lot of things I really like about this set. I'm not sure if it's enough to outweigh the things that I dislike about it. So first of all, the things I like. It has a nice box. Has extra small pieces in case you lose a little small piece. It has a nice instruction manual. Easy to follow for the most part. Has information in here about the Beatles and their first U.S. visit. Here's an image from the Ed Sullivan Show. I tried to look up YouTube videos of this. There's very few. There's some of the later appearances, but the one with this stage setup is very hard to find. And they're all in black and white. I like the blue. That's probably what the color actually was blue. And I thought they did a really good job in getting the feel of the stage. You see on these arrows, these are cutouts right here. So there's a cutout there. It's not painted on there. It's a hole in the arrow. And they didn't put the hole, but they made it as if there was a hole. So you'd see the blue floor underneath. So those are printed pieces. In fact, everything is printed. There's no stickers. So that is a number one. Very good. But really nice instruction manual going into the history there. Then you get into the build, which was fairly easy. I don't know why they show you taking the whole minifigure apart. But the other thing, though, let's get to some of the things I don't like before I get to the rest of this. It was really hard to tell which one was which. I had a hard time telling John and Paul and George apart. Ringo was pretty easy with the sideburns, but yeah. And then I think Paul was the one with the crazy eyes.
From a trip to Europe, Miss Granger. While on shipboard, you met the decedent Douglas Hepner, and you became.
I think that's. Wait a minute. So he's left-handed, so that's Paul. I think that is George Harrison, and then that's John Lennon. Man, you know what? I don't even know anymore. I don't know which one is which. They all look the same. Yeah, so in this image we got George Harrison right there. Paul, and see that guitar. So that's got to be George, right? That's John, Paul, Ringo. I thought they did a good representation of Ringo's drums there, so that was good. So there are a lot of good things, and I like the lighting feature. They have these fiber optic cables, which makes for neat lighting effects. I'll show you here with the lights off. This thing just will not cooperate. I have to keep taking it apart. Keeps falling apart. This piece is supposed to go in there where you can change the lights. There we go. We got it now. Just frustrating. Come on. But it was a little frustrating because this button, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes this piece gets loose. There's 4 different setups as I showed you when we cycled through it. But they got neat little features. Got these little strings to represent the cables for the electric guitars. We got like this. I think this is the microphone here, and the fiber optics was pretty neat. But let's talk about the build and the quality of the pieces. So I don't even know if it's going to show up, but one of the things I noticed right away when I was building this is that the blues are kind of a different shade, and man, it is so hard to show it on camera. Before I put all these arrows here, it was quite obvious that these baby blues were a different shade. Then some of my white pieces came scuffed. I mean, look at that. That's the way it came. And the white, although it looks pretty good sitting here on my table when I was building it, they have almost kind of like a grayish tint to them. Kind of like, almost like they're dirty, but they're not dirty, if you know what I mean. The black pieces were fine. The other printed elements were good. I mean, I really loved the printed elements, like this Beatles tile. The parts for the camera says Mega on it. Then they got little Easter eggs about their appearance on the Ed Sullivan Show on February 9th, 1964. It says, "All my lovin', till you were there, she loves you." I wanted to give this set all my lovin'. And then we got little John Lennon and other little signatures here on these little tiles. Was there one on this side? Yeah, there's 2 on this side. Here. But then, that's a pretty neat little thing. And then, of course, the Ed Sullivan tile, and then the little billboard thing there. That's pretty neat. But I think the quality of the bricks, the minifigures are a little. And the reason I'm not showing them to you, like you still haven't had a good shot of Paul's scary face, is that they are a pain to place. In fact, you're probably looking at them like, what's going on with their arms? I got tired of trying to adjust them. Ringo is the hardest to get in place, so it's a little frustrating. But again, this is an 18 and up set, so maybe I shouldn't yell about it. And it is neat that they have like elbows and knees, unlike Lego figures, but they still look kind of wonky, even if you get them posed right. But it's, I guess that's part of it. I mean, the guitars too, they look nice. The drums look nice. So there's a lot of good things about it, but the things that frustrate me about it, the color quality, the minifigures, or whatever the Mega calls their minifigures, and the stability of the build. Very unstable. When I was building it, they give you these orange bricks that don't go in the set. Let me see if I can get them out here. So like these are the extra parts. I got these orange bricks, and therefore when you're building the base, you got to turn it upside down, and it needs to be elevated off the ground for some reason. So I did that, but they didn't use very many connection pins in there. It's what Lego calls Technic. I don't know what the Mega equivalent of Technic is, but it's that stuff. They only use 2 pins. And so when I was pushing down the plates that go on the bottom, it just disintegrated. And they got these neat little rubber pieces that go on the bottom, so it kind of helps it not just slide out. I mean, it slides, but it gives it more friction. The little rubber elements, I thought those were pretty neat. Lego sometimes uses tires, but they had a special piece built just for helping it have a nice sit on the table there. But yeah, the stability wasn't great. Some of the arrowed pieces would fall off real easy. If I move this thing around, they fall off. They don't, because there's only 2 studs connection. They got these little clear plates that they connect to, which Lego doesn't make. There's like a 2x5 and 2x6 clear plates. They got these little white or black or gray dots on it to help you orient them. But those things, since there's only 2 connection points on most of them, they fall off real easy. So it was a little frustrating at times building it. And as long as you don't move it around a lot, it can be a nice display piece. And then there's one other thing I don't like. So the clutch power of Mega Bricks is a little different than Lego. And even though this set was only 681 pieces, at the end my fingers were kind of sore. I don't know what it is. It happened when I built an even smaller set, the SpongeBob uh, Invisible Boatmobile. It's like I got done building it, and my fingers were sore. It's something. It's a feel, and I don't know how to explain it other than if you build it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Of connecting the bricks and plates together, it just has a different feel to it as you do it. But I think this is a good display piece. I won't say it's a terrible set. It's definitely not worth the $80. I think the main reason this thing was $80 is because of the fiber optic lighting element that's in here. It is. I do prefer this type of fiber optics though over the stuff that you see third-party companies selling for brick built models. It's thicker, which maybe it's a problem for running it, but if it's specifically designed for a set like this is, then it worked pretty good. I think it's more durable, and it works. I've done video reviews for third-party lighting companies. I will never do it again. I'm not willing to deal with the problems that they have and how they mess up my models. But this was specifically built for this model, so it works pretty good. So I think that's another plus for it. But it did make for a ridiculous price. $80 is a bit high. They have this set at the time of the filming of this video. It's $40. That's what I paid for it at Walmart. But they had stacks of them at Walmart. So I imagine it will probably go a little lower. And it's sad because this is definitely a part of history, the Beatles' appearance on the Ed Sullivan Show. And I'm glad Mega made this set. I think it's a good effort. It just do better. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.